Now, authorities say they were able to secure testimony from one of the president's former aides, that is Ahn Jong-beom, ex-senior presidential secretary, currently being questioned by the prosecution on allegations of power abuse that of President Park Geun-hye's involvement in collecting funds for these two non-profit organizations. Now, Ji-yeon has the updates.
The special investigative team at the Seoul Central District Prosecutor's Office said former senior presidential secretary for policy coordination Ahn Jong-beom testified that President Park Geun-hye was involved in the illicit collection of funds organized by her confidant Choi Soon-sil. During his second day of questioning on Thursday, Ahn said the president was fully informed of the specific business operations of the Blue K, a paper company allegedly owned by Choi. Ahn's latest comments contrast with his testimony the previous day when he was ambiguous about the president's involvement in the scandal. He said then that he had assumed it was his job to look after the nonprofit foundations favored by the president. Prosecutors believe some of the funds were funneled to Choi, who faces charges of fraud and being an accomplice to abuse of authority. Ahn, who resigned over the scandal, is suspected of using his position to pressure local conglomerates into giving millions of dollars to nonprofit foundations tied to Choi. But Ahn has denied all the allegations, despite the disclosure of evidence indicating his involvement. Chung Hyun-sik, a former senior secretary at one of the foundations in question, Ksports, has told local media outlets that Ahn and Choi asked for more than $7 million from Korean conglomerates such as SK Group and Lotte Group. Prosecutors detained Ahn without a warrant on Wednesday. They can hold him up to 48 hours, but they'll have to obtain an arrest warrant to hold him any longer. Ji-yeon, Arirang News.